I can do everything, you know. I can facilitate, I can score the ball, you know, play defense, grab rebounds, so that kind of makes it stand out.
The NBA draft of 2023 is 2 years away. The prospects are already looking competitive. With the star NBA children like DeJuan Wagner Jr. and Bronny James in the league, you might think the hoopers from the non-NBA backgrounds might have it hard, but not for Mikey Williams, who's a 16-year-old prodigy and is already setting his foot with the likes of LeBron James. So in this video, we're rounding up 10 things you never knew about Mikey Williams. Number 10, Mikey's basketball career. Many basketball prodigies that we know today are the product of their high school teams. These hoopers get the finesse of the game in their freshman year or even earlier to enter the competitive college-level teams. But then we have players like Hakeem Olajuwon, who wasn't familiar with the game until he got to the age of 15. Looks like Mikey Williams is setting a brand new example in the world of basketball because he was just 9 months old when he took a basketball into his hands. At the age of 16, Mikey's played basketball for almost 15 years. Once Mikey completes 3 more years of his basketball career, he'd exceed the playing time that Hakeem spent in the league. According to Mikey's mother, he became obsessed with playing basketball when he could barely talk. He wouldn't play with anything else than his basketball. And if he couldn't find it, he would make sure to get one by any means. Number 9, Mikey versus LeBron James Jr. Mikey Williams still has 3 years to go until he becomes eligible for the NBA draft, but even at just 16 years old, Mikey is already upstaging and outshining his peers or the other potential NBA stars. One potential star that Mikey has already surpassed is his former North Coast Blue Chips teammate, LeBron James Jr. Now, one would believe that an NBA child would have all the resources and training required on his doorstep. It goes without saying that LeBron James Jr. has received major support from his NBA superstar dad, not to mention like many sports outlets such as Yahoo, which have constantly raved about James Jr.'s stats and the dunking game. But when you look at the rankings on the recruitment sites like ESPN, Mikey Williams has taken the top spot over the elite prospect NBA child. The top class of 2023 recruitment ranks Mikey Williams second on the list, while LeBron James Jr. takes the 30th spot on the list. Looks like Mikey has a knack for working against the odds. His rating of more than 98% is just Exhibit A. Number 8, Mikey and Drake. The world came to know about Mikey's insane dunking skills, three-pointers, and ankle-breaking crossovers through his viral videos on Instagram. At that time, Mikey was already making strides about his on-court dominance and was limiting his opponents as the spectators of his brilliant game. It's no wonder that many celebrities took note of this star in the making. Mikey Williams instantly became a star on the mainstream media when Drake started to follow him on Instagram. Not only that, while Mikey was at NBA YoungBoy's concert in LA, Drake personally called him to set up a meeting. As of now, the rapper and hooper duo are considered to be good friends. Yep, not many high schoolers that can boast about their friendship with Drake. But then, Mikey isn't just the typical high school student. Mikey also starring in the collaboration between Drake's label, OVO, and the Japanese apparel brand, A Bathing Ape. The young hooper got his distinct cut on the endorsement, where he got to talk about how he integrates his sense of fashion on the court and within his classrooms. So if anything, Drake's already helping Mikey out to earn top-paying endorsement deals.
Bro, I'm pulling, bro. As soon as this quarantine shit go away, I'm pulling up, bro. I'm pulling up.
Number 7, Swaggy P. After Mikey's popularity on the court, he started to get compared with the former NBA star Nick Young in terms of resemblance and style of play. Many times, NBA stars don't like to be compared with the legends because they're focused on building their own identity on and off the court. But not Mikey. In fact, he's glad that his peers compare him with Nick Young, and he also has the same nickname on the court as the former basketball player. Mikey said he doesn't mind being called the Swaggy P. The star in the making has played with Young a number of times during the summers that he spent in the Drew League. Mikey has also regarded Young as his mentor in the world of the NBA. Number 6, Mikey's mentor. Other than Nick Young, Mikey Williams has a higher-end mentor who keeps him under his close watch. This mentor of Mikey has won 3 NBA championships with 3 different franchises, and he was crowned the Finals MVP in every single final he played. We're of course talking about the King and the Akron Hammer, LeBron James. LeBron's eldest son, Bronny James Jr., is the former teammate of Mikey, so without a doubt LeBron has on and off the court interactions with Mikey. And Mikey's game has wowed the King as well. Mikey's game impressing LeBron back in 18 when he was just in the 8th grade. During that time, Mikey was playing alongside Bronny for the North Coast Blue Chippers. LeBron repeatedly showed up on the game days and was also seen giving quick tips and strategies to Mikey on and off the court. After that, LeBron personally came to the final game of the state playoffs to witness the excellence of the basketball prodigy. Although Mikey's team, Ysidro, fell short to the Palisades High School, Mikey was able to garner 20 points. Number 5. Mikey's second home. Before being the elite prospect for the NBA draft, Mikey Williams is a 16-year-old kid in high school. But seems like nothing's normal for Mikey as he's making strides on the court and also subscribes to the unconventional hobbies for a boy of his age. Like any other 16-year-old, one would think Mikey likes to play video games for fun. But think again. According to Mikey, his favorite pastime and hobby is to hit the gym. In fact, within his team, he's known to be the biggest gym rat. Other than basketball courts, you'll only find him in his school's gym doing insane workout routines. As Mikey once said, and we quote, "Some people think the gym's punishment. Being in the gym is the best thing ever. It's my version of fun. This place is my home." End quote. Have you ever encountered someone who calls gym their second home? Or somebody who describes a gym to be a beautiful place? Apparently not. But if you can trust someone to go out of their way to make gym their permanent home, it's gotta be Mikey Williams. Number 4. Mikey's first high school game. So it's clear that Mikey believes in starting and finishing at the high note. While many potential hoopers start their careers either at the bench or as substitutes, only few make it to the official school teams in their freshman year. And Mikey is the lucky charm of the handful. In fact, he's never experienced the outlook of the court from the bench. Yep, Mikey has been the finisher for all the high school teams he's played with. His first ever game as a freshman was brilliant in a historical fashion. Mikey Williams didn't only score a massive shoot-down of 41 points, but also ended the game with 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals. Now, how many of us can boast about their first ever game like Mikey? We're sure there aren't many of us. The finesse that Mikey has at a raw age is exemplary. Maybe that's why, on many occasions, Mikey has been called the new LeBron James in the making. Number 3. The 77-point record. The NBA is hardly a one-man show, especially when you're playing the team defense. Every member of the 5-unit squad is as important as the other, but Mikey loves to defy the odds. Even though he played with a credible high school team as his first sporting experience, his skills always outmatching that of his peers, and that's when Mikey decided that he's going to make records here and there. Just as a 15-year-old in his freshman year, Mikey Williams scores a stellar shoot-down of 77 points on the court. His team's total was 116 against 52 points for his opponents. After scoring a half-century just in his second game, the team analysts labeled him as a star in the making, and Mikey made sure to deliver. Number 2. At Mikey. Mikey Williams' popularity on the court is off the charts. But the tales of his brilliance aren't just limited to his high school localities. Ever since the videos of Mikey's dunking and shooting three-pointers started to make rounds on Instagram, it was clear that he's destined to be the star of Graham. Not to mention stars like Drake and Quavo started to rave about this star in the making on their individual platforms. And when he did an Instagram Live with Drake, who has 78 million followers, his popularity on the platform skyrocketed. Even as a high school player who still has 2 years till the 2023 draft, he has over 3 million followers on the gram. Some of his famous followers on Instagram include Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Drake, and more. Number 1. Mikey's first job. So there's no doubt that all eyes will be on Mikey Williams for the 2023 NBA draft. With the statistics that Mikey is posing and the windmill dunks that he's making in every other game, Mikey is the most elite prospect of the class of 2023. But Mikey's stride on the basketball court didn't start as a hooper on his school's team. He actually started his career as a ball boy. So Mikey's story of success has a dramatic edge to it. Started from the bottom, and now he's the second biggest prospect on ESPN's list. And that's a wrap for 10 things you never knew about Mikey Williams. Do you think he's going to make the biggest prospect in the 2023 draft? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to our channel, and share this video with your fellow NBA fanatics. We'll see you all with the next one.